Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mark with Spiguyver Backpacking, and today is episode 2 of my weight loss series. So, last week we talked about a few of the little tips, just those little things to get you started. Drinking more water, replacing all your drinks all week long with water, doing little things that increase your activity levels, and then cutting out the sweets. So, this week we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to talk about how my week went, what results I've seen, and talk about some more things we can do. So stick with me. So let's talk about how this week went for me. So I set out to really make those changes, do those additional little things, and get myself back in the gym to try and shed some of this weight that I've put on. It was a tough week in the fact that at the end of the week and going into the weekend was Father's Day. And so we went camping. Along with that comes, s'mores. My Father's Day gift was a big, almost pound bag of Swedish fish. So some things going against me there. But for the most part, I did really well. I've drank almost nothing but water since we started this. The first couple days I had a little bit of coffee, but really since Friday morning, I have not had any coffee. I had a little bit of a headache yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it was because of the lack of caffeine. But today is Wednesday, and I'm doing pretty well. It's just been water. That's what I've got here, water. So no beer, no coffee, just water. Now, as far as the working out, increasing my activity level, I have been going back to 9 Round, which is the kickboxing gym that I go to. I also have been running. So even while I was out camping, I got up 2 of the 3 mornings and ran. And we did some hiking while I was out there. So I definitely increased the activity level. So what about the sweets? Well, like I mentioned, s'mores were on the menu, and the Swedish fish. So I decided to try and finish those off early so that they aren't still a temptation. But yeah, I ate them. So how did that result? So a lot of times when you get into a workout program, you'll see that your weight will actually go up before it goes down. Now, that's usually if you are mixing in weights, because as you build in the muscle does weigh more than fat, and so you end up with a little bit of a spike before it starts coming down. But as you build muscle, your metabolism actually spins up and increases, and so you burn more fat throughout the day. And so while the weight isn't a great indicator, if you're measuring body fat, that you'll be able to track it a lot easier that way. For me, this week, even with all the challenges, going away, not eating as well as I could have or should have, I still lost 1.5 pounds. So it's a start, and it's the right direction. So let's talk about what we can do going forward. So what I wanted to talk about today isn't really a tip that directly is going to result in the weight loss, but it's something that's going to push you in the right direction, and that is goal setting. It is absolutely vital and important that you set goals. A goal that isn't written down is just a dream. So make sure that you're writing down your goals. So make a long-term goal. For me, that long-term goal is to get in shape and lose 165 pounds, or not lose 100, get down to about 165 pounds. And really, it's over the summer. So by the end of the summer, I'd like to be down to 165 pounds. So you need to put a framework around it and say it's got to be specific, it's got to be measurable, and you've got to have a time limit set. Otherwise, it's just a nebulous thing that you're working towards. Now, it can be a long-term goal, a year, 2 years down the road, something like that. I want to get to this, or I want to lose this much weight, or I want to be able to hike the AT. Something along those lines. Then, to take that a step further, I use this with my employees at work, and I use it on my own at work, and I'm now incorporating it into this. Is I then, at the end of each week, look at how I did with the goals that I set for the week, evaluate what went right and what went wrong, and then set new goals for the upcoming week. So for this week, it is running 3 times this week, hitting the gym 3 times this week, and then I would like to get 2 days of weightlifting in this week. So those are the 3 things that I'm putting on there. Again, I want to keep the water intake up, and I want to really focus on getting the sweets out this week. So even if I have sweets 1 or 2 nights, I want to make sure that I'm cutting it out the rest of the time. So those are the things that I'm working on. Goal setting is great because it gives you something that you're working towards, which is your main goal, and then it breaks it down into small achievable chunks. And those small achievable chunks, those weekly goals, are the important ones. While they all are a lot smaller than the big one that you're reaching for, what's important about them is that they show you small successes. And as each of those goals, you achieve it, you have control. You have complete control over whether you succeed or you don't. You have to put your mind to it. It has to be a goal that you want. And if it goes towards the main goal, every time you make a success, you are doing one thing that's going to help you be successful over your overall goal. So every time you're successful, it puts in your mind that you're a successful person. And that grows over time. And soon you find yourself to be pretty much unstoppable. And you're able to do anything that you set your mind to. A lot of people out there, there's like Tony Robbins, who's a motivational speaker, will tell you that if you have a goal and you write it down and you believe in that goal, if you make it real, if you make it something that you really truly believe in, and you unblock your mind from any of those obstacles that you're putting in the way, you can achieve any goal. And he talks about people that have achieved outrageously crazy goals, such as, in the next year making $1 million or winning $1 million lottery and doing those things. It sounds crazy, but try it. Try goal setting for yourself. Write it down. Tell someone about your goal. Put it on the refrigerator. Tell a friend. Get somebody who has done it before. Find a mentor, somebody that has lost weight or exercises, and have them show you what to do. Those types of things all lead towards success in your goals. So guys, that is my tip for this week, is set goals. Set a long-term goal and set weekly goals. Go after them. Do your best. If you have shortcomings, and you will have shortcomings, there will be weeks where you don't hit all your goals. Take a step back. Look at why you missed your goal. Was it too lofty of a goal for that week? Or was there something that came up? Use that. So for me, a lot of times would be, traveling. When I'm traveling, I may not be able to eat right. And so maybe I step back and I say, okay, I didn't eat right this week because I was traveling. Next time, I know that I can take food on a plane. I'm going to pack some food, take it with me, and do it that way. When I get to where I'm going, I'm going to hit the supermarket and pick up fresh, healthy food and use that. So guys, that's what I got for you this week. Keep with it. Stick with it. The results will come. Try this goal setting technique. I think it's going to work for you. Thanks, guys. I'll see you down the trail.